Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are fine. In the last class we had completed with the poem. Now in this class we are going to learn with a new topic, that is the second chapter, Daydreams. Kindly open your textbook, page number 2. Now, Daydreams. Now it is a very interesting story. Now in this story, it gives the daydreams. Now see, everybody dreams now. But in this story, we see that there are three characters: a couple, that is wife and the husband, and the third very interesting character. Now let's see. Now in this story, it gives us an insight as to what could happen if one daydreams without any purpose. See, if you sit idle and do nothing, and then you think that I will become a doctor or I will score very good marks, and if you don't study, then how will you get good marks? So the story revolves around a couple. Couple means, as I said earlier, a wife and a husband who daydreams about making a lot of money. Very soon the couple gets into an argument. Argument means what? A fight. Not exactly fight, but when you when you don't agree with, if you say one thing, the other person does not agree, then it creates the scene of argument. The argument turns violent and their dreams are shattered. A neighbor hearing the commotion, and when the neighbor just passing by, the passerby, when he hears that disturbance, cleverly puts an end to their argument and also make them realize about their foolishness. Now let's see how the clever neighbor helps helps them to realize that what is a fact, as the both were daydreaming only. So page number 2, daydreams. Once there lived a couple who spent a lot of time in idle talk, useless talk, inactive talk. One day, the husband said, I have always wanted to keep cows. His wish was what? That I wanted to keep cows. If by chance, see, by chance, I get some extra money from somewhere, I am going to buy a few cows. See, he did not have any money, but then also he's thinking that if I get a chance now, then I will be doing what? I'll be buying few cows. Now see what the answer comes from his wife. But that means a lot of work. You have to feed cows, walk them, bathe them, milk them. Cows need a lot of looking after. One cow would be enough. There's no need to buy more cows, said the wife. See, first of all, they don't have money to buy any cow. And then, when the person is thinking, he's daydreaming that if I have more money, if I get some money from somewhere, I'll buy a few cows. And then the wife is unnecessarily arguing with him that if there will be many cows, if you are buying more than one cow, then I have to do a lot of work. But think of all the milk we'll get if we buy more, said the husband. That's true, the wife agreed. There will be so much milk that we can even have plenty of dahi, dahi means curd, and butter and ghee. Wouldn't it be lovely? How lucky that I have all these earthen pots kept aside. Earthen pots, pots which are made of mud, clay. I will use one of the pots for milk. Now see, uselessly they are, first of all, they are dreaming, and then they are thinking about the cows, then they are thinking about what? About the milk, dahi, curd, butter, ghee. But just imagine, in reality, they don't have even a single cow. I will use one of the pots for milk and one for dahi, one for butter. Means practically, in reality, they have only empty earthen pots. The ghee I will put in the another jar, and I will use this remaining pot to send milk to my sister. See, the love and the care for the siblings. So here also the wife is thinking that if I have now the extra milk, I will send to my sister. Send milk to your sister? Who said you could send milk to your sister? Now the husband, he is arguing with the wife, that who told you, that who gave you permission that you are allowed to send the milk to your sister? There will be, now see the answer given by the wife, there will be plenty of milk. If we have so many cows, why shouldn't I send it to my sister? She's asking question. If we have plenty of the milk, then why shouldn't I send it to my sister? Because, now answer given by husband, because we are going to sell it in the market. Now see, they are going to sell it where? In the market. That's why. That is the reason given by the husband to the wife. I will decide what to do with all that milk, and not a drop of it goes to your sister. Remember, he's warning his wife. And remember, not a drop of milk I will give it to your sister. See how how his behavior is. Very shrewd, na? Let's see further. I will see how you can stop me from sending a pot full of milk to my dear sister. Now see, as the sweet talk moves into the argument. Now what they're telling is that she's telling that let me see how you can stop me from there, from sending a milk to my dear sister. Everybody loves na with their siblings. Yes or not? You have your brother and sister. Everybody loves na them. Even I do. I do all the hard work running after the cows so naturally. I will decide what happens to the milk. Just try stopping me, the wife exclaimed. So the wife is warning him that let me see how you can stop me from giving milk to my dear sister. So let's see. Now who is this funny character here? Yes, the neighbor, the passerby, Gopalban. Is that so? Now another story is moving to a very interesting ending. Is that so? Shouted the husband. What's this then? He began to lift and smash the earthen pots one by one. His wife began to scream. Now, as they were shouting, what he did, he began to lift and smash the earthen pots one by one. And the wife, obviously, she started screaming that, what are you doing? Gopalban, who was passing by, heard all the commotion. That means he heard all the conversation, all the disturbance, which was all the fight which was going on, and rushed inside. When he heard what had happened, he picked up a stout stick. He picked up a large and a stout means what? Large and strong sticks. Now the reaction was what? He smashed. Now what do you mean by smashing? When you when you break something now, applying your force, your physical force, it is known as smashing. So the wife started screaming. Now what exactly had happened? That when he heard now that there was a fight going on, he picked up a stout stick that stood in the corner, where it was in the corner, and began to swish it. Swish, when we hit through the air now, when we take the stick and we make the movement to hit through the air now, and we make a sound. So it is a swish through the air and pound it on the floor. Now what he did, he just he was making the movement of the stick in the air, and the swish sound was being heard, and then he kept it on the floor. The husband and the wife were both surprised, astounded to see his antics. They were surprised, they were astonished to see antics, how his behavior is, why he's behaving in such an foolish manner, in an odd manner. So, antics means what? Something being done in a foolish or an amusing manner, or in a which is not acceptable. What are you doing? They inquired. Move aside, said Gopalban. I have to drive away your I have to drive away your cows. So he's telling that, yes, I have to drive away your cows. Okay. Your greedy cows, you have let them wander. He's telling that it is you who have left them to wander, move about here and there without any purpose. They are moving here and there. And now they have ruined my field. Now they have destroyed my fields. Field of what? Beans and cucumbers. Oh my, oh my lovely field of beans and cucumbers. The answer given by Gopal Band was just strange, na? But you don't have a field of beans and cucumbers, said the husband. As soon as he said that, Gopal Band stopped wielding the stick. And now see, in this sentence, as soon as he said that, he stopped wielding the stick. That means he started what? To handle it very carefully and looked at him with a raised eyebrows. Many times now, when something you're doing which is not correct, and then all of a sudden your mother enters and then she raises the eyebrows, you understand that's something I had done wrong. So similarly here also, the same reaction, he raised the eyebrows. The husband and wife understood what he was trying to tell. Not what he was trying to tell them. Can you tell what he wanted to say? Come on. Yes. He wanted to say that as as y'all don't have any cows, similarly I don't have any fields of beans and cucumbers. Means they were just daydreaming, which is wrong. Now, dreams, everybody should have certain dreams in their life. Everybody has got certain aims in their life, and the dreams also which we all want to fulfill. But daydreaming is not good for anybody. Instead of daydreaming, you have to work hard to achieve that dreams. Now hope you all have enjoyed. Yes, you all have enjoyed the chapter and interesting story very well. Now coming to the assignment part, you have to write the summary of the story explained, and then next you have to do what? You have to complete the given assignment. Thank you.